All right, so we're recording and we're going to practice for a sentence completion style listening exam. Some tips. Really, the most important ones are like number 3 and number 4. We're not listening for the same exact words, we're listening for the same exact meaning. We're listening for synonymous words. Always watch out for traps, right? The answers go in order with the recording. Stay focused. When you're given 45 seconds to look at the sentences, make your predictions, right? You already know. Well, let's get to it. Great. So, here is the exam. We'll hear about a boxer named John. For sentences 1 to 5, complete each sentence with 1 or 2 words. You now have 45 seconds to look at the sentences. This is where you predict the answers if you have a noun, an adjective, a number, whatever. You just read through them and predict. Stop the video for 45 seconds to read the sentences and make your predictions. Otherwise, I'm just going to start the recording. I'm going to say the recording once, and then you can rewind and listen to the recording twice, because in listening exams, you always hear the recording twice. Here's the audio. It's going to be me. Bing! I started boxing at the age of 11. Even though my Uncle Joe was already a boxer and an inspiration for so many in my neighborhood, what originally got me interested in boxing was Muhammad Ali. My amateur record was 23 wins, 8 losses, and 2 draws. Now as a pro, I have 9 wins and only 2 defeats. My last 2 fights have been the most difficult. In my fight against Gabriel Morales, I was cut above my right eye, but I was able to end the fight with a ferocious left hook to the body. In my bout against Vladimir Shirmov, I was winning for 8 rounds, but I ran out of gas and he caught me with a hard right hand body shot. He won fair and square. Boxing analysts say that I have a technical style. My coach, on the other hand, says that I'm just a boxer puncher at heart. I think I have a multidimensional style. I don't know. So go back and play the recording twice, right? But we're gonna show you the answers. I'm gonna show you the answers. They are. You should have number 1, Muhammad Ali. Number 2, 8 defeats. Number 3, on top of his right eye. Number 4, because of a left hook. Number 5, a boxer puncher style. So let's find the answers. But okay, I can help you a little bit here. John's main inspiration for boxing was Muhammad Ali, right? It says at the beginning, even though my Uncle Joe was already a boxer and an inspiration for so many people in my neighborhood. So he was an inspiration for many people in his neighborhood. But what we're looking for is what was John's main inspiration. His main inspiration was Muhammad Ali. It goes on to say what originally got me interested in boxing was Muhammad Ali. So this part here in red is a trap, right? Next, here John had 8 defeats before turning professional. What does that mean? Before turning professional is when he was an amateur. So my amateur record was 23 wins, 8 losses, and 2 draws. So before turning professional, or when he was an amateur, he had 8 losses or 8 defeats. The other part is when he's a professional. Now as a pro, I have 9 wins and only 2 defeats. This is another trap. We're looking for here is before turning professional. That's when he was an amateur, right? The next one is straightforward. In one of my fights, he was injured. In one of his fights, he was injured on top of his right eye, and it just gives you the answers. It gives you the answer directly. In my fight against Gabriel Morales, I was cut above my right eye. There's no traps in this one, but there are synonymous words. Instead of injured on top of his right eye, it's cut above my right eye. So instead of on top of, it's above. Instead of injured, it's cut. Synonymous words. We're looking for synonymous words. And then the next one says, in the last fight that John won, look at the word won. This is a fight that he was victorious in. He won because of a left hook. We have 2 fights here. We have the fight with Gabriel Morales and we have the fight with Vladimir Shirmov. Only in one of those fights he was victorious. He was victorious in the fight against Gabriel Morales because it goes on to say, I was able to end the fight with a ferocious left hook, right? So he won that fight. And why did he win? Because of the left hook. The fight against Vladimir Shirmov, he was winning for 8 rounds, but he ran out of gas and he got caught. He got caught with a hard right hand body shot, right? Um, he won fair and square. Talking about Shiromov, Vladimir Shiromov, he's the one who won the fight. So this is a trap, because here we're looking for the fight that John won, and the only fight that John won was with Gabriel Morales, right? Why did he win? Because of the left hook, right, to the body. Number 5, you have 2 traps actually, right? But what we're looking for is what does John's trainer think his style is, right? So John's trainer thinks he has a blank style, right? If we go to the beginning here, it says boxing analysts say that I have a technical style. Well, that's what boxing analysts say. That's not John's trainer. He himself, John, says I have a multidimensional style. Well, that's what John thinks, not his trainer. Where we find the answer, where his trainer gives his opinion is here. My coach or my trainer, on the other hand, says that I'm just a boxer puncher, right? So he has a boxer puncher style. What the boxing analysts say and what he thinks about himself are 2 traps. Notice that they have the word style and style here, and they also have the word style here. That's to confuse you. But we're looking for what the trainer thinks. John's trainer thinks he has a boxer puncher style. His coach, on the other hand, says that he's just a boxer puncher, which is a style of boxing, right? You could say. Okay, so have a look at this, re-examine it, and the green gives you the answers, and the red gives you the traps, right? And this is the way exams are, right? They're going to have lots of traps, and we're listening for the same exact meaning, synonymous words, but we are not listening for the same exact words that are here. Everything will be said synonymously, and we're listening for the same exact meaning in here as in here. Um, oh, my bad. Well, then you go over here. Let's go back to the tips from the beginning. Yeah. Listen for the same exact words, but listen for the same exact meaning. Watch out for traps. Stay focused at all times. Not paying attention 1 second could mean, getting the wrong answer. And predict. Try to predict as much as you can. Really just read the sentences and predict quickly. Don't focus too much. You're just going to be reading the sentence. John's main inspiration for boxing was, maybe it was his father. That's a noun. Fortunate professional John had, blank defeats. Well, defeats is probably a number. In one of his fights, he was injured on the top of his, maybe it was his nose, maybe it was his head. We don't know, but it's a noun, right? John's trainer thinks he has a blank style. Well, style is a noun, so here's, before that comes an adjective. It might be an interesting style. Well, we have a, so not interesting. I don't know, a crazy style, but it's going to be an adjective. And the last fight that John won, he won because of a noun, right? So you don't have too much time. You just read them and you predict quickly, right? Main thing is that you read the sentences. Another thing to mention is also like what the recording is about. Like, for someone who's from Peru, might have trouble with this because boxing is not that popular in Peru. But for somebody from Mexico, it would be easier because boxing is popular in Mexico. So it depends on it also sometimes depends on what the recording is about. So you have to be knowledgeable and you have to have a wide range of vocabulary about all topics. And this is where your vocabulary knowledge and just your general knowledge of English comes in handy or becomes useful. Anyway, I hope the video can help you somehow. Bye bye. Have a wonderful day.